everybody. This video is brought to you by an unfortunate event. I do ceramics, stuff gets broken. I had my little cousins over. I thought we were gonna play board games. They had other intentions. And while play fighting, they totally broke my sculpture. And I was gonna use it to get into residencies next year, hopefully, and I don't know. It was a pretty rough couple of days, to be honest. But here I am making this video to see if we can repair it. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what we're working with today. Shambles. I'll just take a little video on here. Oh, other way. Yeah, oh, that's a photo. Okay. So, yeah, it's a little pretty messed up. So we're gonna try and fix it. The products that I'm gonna be using are, it's a 2-part composite. It's called Epoxy Sculpt. A lot of people who use ceramics and things break all the time. This can be a miracle worker. We'll see what we can do. Oh my gosh, I hope you can't hear this car alarm. Hopefully it ends soon. The fact that it was only bis fired and I painted it with acrylic, I think that will be on my side for repairing it because it was painted with acrylic and I don't have to try to make it look like glaze or something like that, something that it isn't. So that's kind of good. Yeah. The other product I will be using is this Gorilla Glue epoxy clear 2-part. You can get it at Rite Aid. I have gloves, tape just in case. I didn't have any rubber bands in the house, so I'm just using these old hair ties in case I need to kind of hold anything in place. But I'm gonna put the shoebox on the floor because my workspace is kind of small. I think that it's best to work up. The middle part is still pretty intact. It's obviously missing the legs, so I think I'm gonna start there. Epoxy sculpt for this, even though I think this would work too, but something's just telling me that it might be nicer in the end if I just had a little bit more of a malleable situation. So I'm gonna go in with a 2-part epoxy. You get about 50-50 of each, so. We've got some of the epoxy sculpt. We're just gonna put like a kind of thin layer around. This is the annoying part about this that I remember is that it doesn't like want to stick initially. It says that it's sticky and the most adhesive for about 30 minutes. Okay. I'm not finding this to be very adhesive at all, but okay. I should have started on the bottom leg. Okay. And then I probably, need some sort of prop. I should have thought about that. Gosh, this just wants to break off. Maybe this yoga block. That'd be good. Okay. It's a little too short, but you see the epoxy sculpt is nice because you can kind of fill in the areas that have broken off. I need to find some level of my stackable objects to okay, maybe it's positioned and it still needs to be higher. Okay, too high? This is frustrating. It says that it's most workable for 30 minutes, but you spend 30 minutes trying to figure out how to make it workable. Okay, maybe. Okay. Hopefully these are kind of aligned. Oh Lord, I keep moving everything every time I try. This is the hardest part about doing stuff like this in a tiny apartment. This is the reality, y'all. When you decide to embark on this art adventure, I guess. So that's good that it's at least kind of hanging in there. Let's see if I can get some of it. So I eventually want it to be able to support itself. I'm kind of nervous to try and put another thing on before this sticks. I think I need to hold this one up a little bit. Oh shit. Excuse my French. See, I feel like if I mess with it too much, I think I just need to get it into a nice spot and then let it hang out. Patience, y'all. Always patience. Just a little bit of a sponge might help. The thing is, if you spend a lot of time doing ceramics, you'll probably end up in this position one time or another. It was like pretty much done. So sad. Felt like I was looking at my hopes and dreams on the ground. But, you know, it's okay. They're just kids. I remember breaking stuff that was important to my mother and other people when I was a kid. Not meaning to. I never mean to. Okay. That looks pretty good to me. I just can't believe how I hollowed all of this out and it looks chunky. It was my first one, not a good job. Not that it was a bad job, but you know, I'm excited for this next one that I'm that I'm planning, because planning takes a minute too. Okay, well that's pretty good. I've got this piece working. I don't want to mess with this too much because I want this to become nice and sturdy. So it says that you can mess with it in about an hour. So what I think I'm gonna do in an hour is I'm gonna smooth that line down and then add the other leg. And then it can kind of be, because I actually have this prop that I made it with. It's a long story, but. So we're back. That epoxy sculpt works, or not the 2-part Gorilla Glue epoxy works super, super fast. So the epoxy sculpt is also starting to set up. So for this second leg, I'm gonna just put a little ring of epoxy sculpt because I don't want to waste it. Okay. So now we're gonna try to stand this up. Oh no. Oh, horrifying. Okay. Plan B. We're gonna attempt to use the weight of the sculpture. To kind of hold it in place. Okay, that works pretty good actually. Now we'll take our other leg. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that, I think. Okay, so we're a little higher up. Kind of see where I'm gonna put the head back on. We're gonna use the 2-part epoxy again. Need to learn how to not just go right in on the project.
Wow. Making some progress.
It's standing again.
What?
It's standing again.
Poor hipless cow. Legless child. Let me give you a hug. I miss you. Let me come back.
Okay.
I shot her. I'm home and I miss you.
Miss you
I
too.
love you.
Love you too.
I wanna be a beast of burden.
This piece fits pretty exactly You know, it's funny, this broke in all the same places that.
You say what?
I'm recording.
this broke in all the same places that this whole thing collapsed. It's kind of like just like your body, like if there's a weak part.
Susceptible to breakage.